What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Liam here, coming at you with a fresh new do. Check that out, looking pretty steezy if I don't say so myself. Alright, so today I got a brand new review for you guys. We're going to be peeping the craft paint pen, so let's get started. Pretty much what the craft paint pen is just a basic pump action paint marker. It comes in two permanent metallic colors, gold and silver. It also features a broad tip nib, which looks like this. But what you need to remember is that I modify all my paint marker nibs so they create a larger circular style line. You can see how to do this step by step in my other video, how to modify a paint marker nib, and I strongly suggest you go check that out because it will be worth your while. What you need to remember though is throughout all the surface tests in this video, I will be using my patented circular tip nib, so keep that in mind. Yeah, this marker is a relatively good size, 14 centimeters long by 1.5 centimeters wide, and it's no hassle when you're getting up. Just pop one of these in your pocket and you're good to go. The real special thing about this marker is that you can pick it up from Dollarama for only $1. And if you know anything about paint markers, you know that most paint markers this size will cost you like $6 to $8, sometimes even more. So this is a really good deal. So why waste your buck on useless things like get a craft paint pen? Alright, give me a second to talk about the paint inside the craft paint pen. The colors that this marker comes in are both metallic, which means after you write with them they have shine to them and a kind of sparkle to them as well, but in a manly, sparkly way, of course. This paint pen is not as permanent as most other paint pens, but it does withstand all weather and is fade proof, but it can be buffed relatively easy. The craft paint pen is also refillable and the paint inside is reusable. So if you want to refill the marker with an ink or another kind of paint, just unscrew the top of your empty marker, pop off the pump system, which is right inside there. It might be kind of tricky to get this off, and you might want to use gloves because it can be kind of messy. As you can see, I'm getting it all over my fingers here. That is not cool. Anyways, so yeah, just clean out this pump real nice with some paint thinner or something similar to that. Clean out the body of the marker and get a new nib, which will look like that. You can either take that off another marker, or if your marker's nib's already clean, just use that one. You can also keep the paint inside these markers by pouring it out into a container. Of course, keep the silver with the silver and the gold with the gold. Don't want to mix them up. So yeah, you can later reuse this. It runs great through other empty markers and runs great through mops as well. Alright, so enough talk. Let's take this fucker to the streets and see how it performs. What? The first surface we're testing out the craft paint pen on is this white paper. Now, you know you run into this every day, whether it's in your black book or you're over at your buddy's place and you want to show him your new handy. White paper is always going to be there, so this is a really important review. So let's check out how the gold works. Now remember, before using it, shake it like every paint pen. One pump, and then you're off to do your tag. Now please guys, don't hate on my hand style. You know I don't write this stuff. I'm not trying to prove anything. Just trying to show you how this marker works. So that's the gold. Let's try out the silver. One pump, and I'm off. Now that is a really nice performance by the craft paint pen, if I don't say so myself. very minimal streaking. You saw me go quick on these lines, on a lot of lines actually, and it was picking up everywhere I wanted it to pick up. Some downsides, some minor clumpage at the end, but you can barely tell on paper. I don't even think you can tell on the camera, maybe a bit there, but you know, it's looking great. The ink kind of smells like nail polish remover. Not that I know what that would smell like, but that's kind of give you an idea how it smells. So it's not horribly unbearable, you know. Looking good though. So on this surface, I'm gonna have to give it a 4 stars because it's looking tight. The next surface we got lined up for the craft paint pen today is laminated paper. Now, if you're big on sticker slaps, this is the surface test you're going to want to check out because all sticker slaps are laminated. So let's give it a test. Alright, first we're trying out the gold. Look at that. Got some drips there. Okay, so here we go. Alright, looking good. Let's try the silver. Sweet. Okay, now, you saw when I first pumped there, I got a bit of drips going on. That sometimes happens with the craft paint pen. It can be kind of moody like that. Sometimes they'll give you excessive dripping where you don't want it to give you dripping, but it still does give you dripping. So that's if you like dripping, that's an upside for you. But that's only if you pump really hard. So remember that if you pump really hard, you get drips. If you don't, you get a nice clean line. So it's looking really good on laminated paper, the craft paint pen. A bit of clumping at the end, which again, I'm not a huge fan of clumping, but whatever. It doesn't totally look bad. So on this surface, you know what, I'll give it a 3 stars because it's looking pretty fresh. Okay, so the last surface we're testing the craft paint pen out on today is metal. Alright, there's the gold performance. Let's try out the silver. It might not show up as great as the gold because it kind of is similar to the actual metal. So, okay, let's take a look. So, both markers actually perform really well on metal, in my opinion. There is absolutely no streakage. A bit of clumping at the end, which I'm not a huge fan of. But other than that, 0 complaints. Great marker. And only for $1. What the fuck? Makes me feel like all those other companies are fucking gypping me hard. Anyways, on this surface, I'm going to give it, you know what, a 4 stars. I have no complaints except for the clumpage. Okay, YouTube artists, you pretty much know all there is to know and more about the craft paint pen. My final overall rating for this marker is going to have to be 3.5 stars. I recommend you go pick one up. Seriously, it's $1. Why wouldn't you go pick one up? So yeah, pick one up before Dollarama chintzes out and raise their prices like they always do. And a little tip for you guys. Dollarama, no security cameras as you can see, so go do some work. Alright, that's all my time for today, YouTube. If you have any questions, please post a comment on my page or on this video. Stay tuned for more marker reviews, buff tests on all my markers, including the craft paint pen, and yeah, I'll have more goodies posted up for you guys soon. So thanks again for watching. My name is Liam. and this has been So Dirty Yet So Clean.